What's up, everybody? Welcome to Human Innovation Tarot. My name is Eddie with Imagine Life Development Center, here to do a new love reading. So if you're here looking for new love, you've come to the right place. So we're just going to jump right in. We're going to see what's coming up for all of you out there in love land that are looking for new love relationships. So here we go. Who's coming towards the collective? This will be good for about the next month and a half. So between now and about, I don't know, maybe mid-November. All right. So the first thing I'm noticing for you guys that are looking for new love, there's like a really strong energy right now of like resistance. So even though some of you guys might be looking for a new love, there's like a collective resistance right now. Which is interesting because at the end of October, I know we still have a ways to go to get to the end of October, but the end of October, we will officially be moving into cuddle season. So it's interesting that there's so much resistance right now. But anyways, we're going to keep pushing through and see what this is all about. So I'm going to come back through and explain these in just a minute. Okay. A lot of cards wanted to come out, and just letting them come out. We got a lot here. So, in no specific order here. Let's see. All right. Yeah. Okay, so for those of you that are looking for new love, this is very interesting. So basically, this resistance type of energy that I'm feeling makes a lot more sense now. So there's a little bit of a mixture of advice as well as obviously what you guys are wanting to know if you're looking for somebody new. I think a lot of you guys have been kind of focused on obstacles right now. So the first card we have out here is this obstacles card. So a lot of you guys have been focused on this. You've been experiencing obstacles in other areas of your life, I feel, that have been requiring your attention. So love has kind of been on the back burner maybe for some of you. And I'm not saying the desire for love, but more just kind of like, you know, love is not, how do I say it? Like your immediate needs we're kind of needing your attention right now. So, you know, love has to kind of be put in the back seat for right now. Interestingly enough, though, I think that this has also been representing the hurdles, obstacles, and challenges that you guys have been experiencing in previous relationships. So obviously, if this is a new love relationship and that's what you're watching this for, then my assumption is that you're single. Of course, not everybody is single when they're looking for somebody new, but we'll save that conversation for another time. So whatever the obstacles are, that was the first thing that came out, which tells me that a lot of the attention has been on other things, and love has kind of been on the back burner. For the rest of you guys, and if you've been in a similar situation, perhaps as myself, we have the spiritual growth card, which is interesting because we have the spiritual growth card here. We have the spiritual awakening card here. We have the divine feminine here as well. And we have wisdom at the bottom of the deck over here. So there's a lot of energy on the table showing that some of you guys may have been spending more time focused on yourself, focused on your spiritual growth, focused on your personal development. Like, you know, it's like, yeah, you want love, but you've almost gotten to a point, for those that this resonates with, you know, take it as it resonates. But for those of you that this reading will resonate for, it's almost kind of like you've gotten okay being single. Like, sure, I would love to find somebody, but it's got to be the right somebody, because we have the superficial card over here. And I feel like this is kind of showing like, these are the things that you're not going to go for anymore, right? Like in the past, we've had the dating queens card over here. You know, it's kind of like, for some of you, it's like, yeah, maybe I had my day in the past. You know, I casually dated. You know, had my party time, my good times. You know, or if that's not for you guys, then the people that you attracted into your life were more superficial like that. They were in and out, non-committal, and maybe you were kind of used to that. And you're like, hey, you know what? That's not really me anymore. Even if you maybe once upon a time were in a similar energy yourself, you're not in that energy anymore. Okay. So then we have the home card over here. So again, all the energies on the table pertain to each other. So, you know, I know I'm kind of bouncing around here, but I'm just kind of going where the energy wants to take me in the reading. So with the home energy here, basically, a lot of you guys have just been spending a lot of time focusing on yourselves. Some of you guys have been, you know, obviously staying at home, focusing on your spiritual growth. And I feel like that's really what this has to do with, because again, this wisdom energy, it's kind of like a hermit energy. You've been focusing on other things with the building card here, or you've been waiting for somebody who wants the same things that you want. We have the wallflower energy, which again, you know, it's just kind of like, hey, you know what? Let me put the card up closer here. You know, this chick's kind of just sitting in the corner, and there's these silhouettes of people like dancing and, you know, just kind of like people watching. And I feel like that's kind of like your energy. Like you're happy, just kind of like, hey, you know what? I'm good. Like, I'm not in a hurry. I'm not in a rush. I don't have to, you know, settle. I'm not going to rush out into anything. I'm going to protect my peace. And then over here, we have the work in reverse. And so some of you guys have had challenges in regards to your work, career, money, finances. I think that's like one of the major hurdles, obstacles, and challenges that everybody's been having. And of course, now that we're in election season, unfortunately, we have to deal with all the election stuff, you know, and people, unfortunately, the worst sides of people tend to come out during election season. Everybody's ego gets flared. Everybody's fighting with the other person, disagreeing and all the things, right? So there's just a lot of like chaotic energy. And I feel like for the people who are truly spiritual, and I don't mean like spiritually scapegoating, I mean, you really consider yourself a spiritual person. Like, you just don't have time or energy for that stuff anymore, right? It's just like, I don't want any conflict. I don't want any unnecessary drama. You're probably a highly sensitive person, so you don't want to be around that type of energy. It's just like, nah, I'd just rather go focus on myself, right? So we do have the future card here. So this is indicating that there is something coming up for you in love in the future. Some of you guys are working through releasing certain things in your life right now with this release card. This could be somebody also who's been trying to get over you, but they've not been successful. So somebody in your past has been trying to walk away from you, and they've not had great success because this overthinking card's here. And so they're being confronted with the matrix here. They're being confronted with, okay, am I going to take the red pill, and am I going to go after the collective? I'm going to go, back to this person who is the red pill. They're spiritually awakened. Or are they going to stay in superficial land with the blue pill? Are they going to stay on the surface? Or are they going to keep choosing superficial relationships? And they don't know. Like right now, they're on the fence. This is like a Two of Swords energy with the overthinking here. But you have your sights set on the future. You're like, hey, you know what? I know what my spiritual path is. I'm not really worried. Like, yeah, it'd be nice to find somebody it's in alignment with me. But, I'm good right now. Like, I'm content. It gets lonely sometimes. But for the most part, I'm okay. And I'd rather be alone than be with a superficial, toxic energy that's going to set me back, take me down, not appreciate me, or any of that. So, let me get some additional. So, is there anyone in the near future? This one wanted to come out. So we have a third or fourth spiritual awakening card now. We have a High Priestess. So Pisces energy. So you could be dealing with a Pisces. Doesn't have to be, but I'm just going to mention it. Yeah, and then we have something picking up here. I feel like this is somebody, a past person chasing after you. We get the Knight of Swords. Somebody, it's like, there's like, and this is weird because this is a new love reading, or this is not a past love reading, just to be crystal clear with you guys. I'm going to do that one next, but somebody walked away and they let you go. They regret doing it. And you're like, hey, you know, shit happens. What can you do? You know, you set your eyes on the future. You kept going. You know that, you know, you can't sacrifice who you are. You can't sacrifice your calling life, you know, to be stuck in the past with somebody who didn't know what they wanted. So you kept moving forward. You kept growing, and it might have hurt. It might have sucked. Like, man, I really like that person. I really love that person. But, you know, they made a choice. They walked away. And now they're regretting that choice, and now they're being confronted with the real choice. This is the real choice. Am I going to take the red pill, or am I going to take the blue pill? Am I going to choose spiritual awakening, or am I going to stay where it's comfortable and stay in the matrix with everybody else and stay asleep? Right? And I feel like with the High Priestess here, this person they're having their own spiritual awakening now. And they're having a realization like, man, I think I effed up, and I need to go I need to run and chase after the collective. I need to come back and at least try. And so for a lot of you guys, the majority of you, I think there's somebody from your past who is going to come running after you, even though you're not focused on this person. You're not thinking about this person. You've let this person go, and you're completely focused on your future. Yeah, I can't make this shit up. And this is proof right here. Once I get my hands here. So we got the Eight of Wands. So here they are, chasing after you, Knight of Swords, and here they are, Eight of Wands. Two energies of hauling ass, coming after you super fast, super quick. This one is specifically more about, well, really they both are. I mean, Swords is communication, and obviously this is communication as well. And so this person is, you know, I think you're going to hear from somebody from your past, even though you're focused on potentially a new person. Now, if there's any resistance, it's going to be this Five of Wands, which is a card of conflict. So they're still conflicted here. Like, they have the only reason that they haven't pulled the trigger on this yet is because of internal conflict, right? And, you know, with the overthinking energy here, let me grab this card. It's kind of hard to see, but, you know, this dude's, you know, overthinking everything about life. And so, you know, they have all these stories like, well, what if I chase after the collective and they tell me to go F myself? What if I chase after the collective and find out they're seeing somebody? What if I chase after the collective and they argue with me, or they fight with me, or, you know, depending on what this person did to you, maybe they expect you to tell them to go F themselves. You know, maybe they hurt you. Maybe they cheated on you. Maybe they betrayed you. Maybe they did something. And so they're expecting you to give them a mouthful. But whatever the situation is, they're expecting some type of conflict. And because they're expecting conflict, they're conflicted about, you know, what to expect when they pull the trigger on this, okay? Underneath that, we have the Ace of Wands, which is just essentially saying that they're going to pull the trigger. This person is working up the courage, the inspiration, the motivation, whatever it is. They're working up the courage to come at you. There's a Three of Cups. That's the triple confirmation. They want a reunion. They want to come after you. I feel this person, they feel like they screwed up with you. And the fact that you let them go and you were focused on the future, you did your part because you cleared the resistance from your part, right? And this is like that whole runner-chaser thing, which is, I mean, it's a real thing. It's a real phenomenon, but it's kind of ridiculous at the same time. So it is what it is, right? So I feel that within the next, like I said, maybe the next 30 to 40 days, the next month, month and a half, between now and about mid-November, I feel that you guys are going to hear from somebody probably from your past. Even though you're looking for somebody new, there's not really any other energy that I'm feeling. And I'm not saying that you can't attract something else or something else couldn't, but right now, right here, right now on this table, you have somebody who I feel is going to come after you, even though that this is a new love reading. Okay. So if you found this reading helpful, please like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for more readings. And as always, love and light.